What is up, you guys? Brooke here. It is nearing Valentine's Day, which is, you know, the sappiest holiday of the year. Am I a fan of love and romance? You know I is. Am I partaking in the festivities that is Valentine's this year with my current status of single and stuff? Nope, I am not partaking in Valentine's Day at all this year because I don't have anybody. Wow, this video is like totally not starting off good at all. I'm just sounding pathetic, but anyway, let's get on to the topic of the video. And that is to talk about writing. There is some writing related stuff going on today, but I'm also talking about today dating and dating life and whether or not I am actually searching for romance in my life at this current moment in my life. Before I dive into the topics of today's video, I have to start off with, you know, a brownie in the shape of a heart because Valentine's Day, right? No one's giving me chocolate this year, so I gotta give chocolate to myself. Oh yeah, that was good. So love and romance and all that crap. Yeah, let's talk about it. I'm just kidding, it's not crap. It really isn't. I'm just not having any of it. Well, I have something to say here real quick. I really shouldn't be eating as I'm like talking to you guys. I'm sorry. I'll be almost done. Okay, all done. Moving on. Where was I? I don't even know where I last was. My current situation with me right now is that I am writing a book. I'm still in the first draft of said book, and I don't know how I feel about dating as of right now for me because I want to complete this book. I'm wanting to try and self-publish it. At this point, I'm wanting to try and self-publish it. I'm just confused of what to do because I am, as of right now, 28 years old. I, for some reason, am feeling the scariness of turning 30 soon, and I kind of don't really want to be 30 and single still. But if I'm single at 30, you know what? That's okay, because I'll be 30, flirty, and thriving. But at the same time, I do kind of want to try and find my someone out there before I do turn the big 3-0. And so, yeah, I kind of on this fence right now of where I am wanting to see if I can find my person. I'm just kind of like venting to you guys right now. Not venting, but just talking. I'm just wanting to talk things out real quick with you guys. Kate Kavanaugh and I had recently talked about dating and writing books and how it's kind of like, well, I want to focus on book, but then if I do want to find a guy to date, then you also have to put in some time here, but you're also wanting to put time in over here too. So it kind of sucks because you need to devote time to these relationships. This is a relationship that I want to keep thriving and to keep charged and moving forward because I'm wanting this book to get published. But then this relationship, if I was to find someone, you have to put in the time and effort into getting to know that person. You have to get used to the idea of being with someone else, and you also have to just like see if there is something there in the future for you guys. And whenever you are dating, it doesn't mean that you're gonna find that first person right off the bat that you're like, yep, okay, that's them, I am good to go now. No, that's not usually how it works. You're not just like lucky right off the bat most of the time. You kind of almost have to go fishing for a guy. You kind of do. You have to see which ones are the good ones and which ones are the bad ones. It takes a lot of time into trying to find someone, and so it sucks because I want to be putting in lots of time over here. So I'm having this just like going on right now of where I am curious of finding someone, but I am more so having the urge to keep my book being #1 priority. Because most of the time whenever you're dating someone new, you are taking a lot of time away from other things in order to get used to that person, in order to get to know that person, and to see if they are a good fit for you. But if I was to find someone while I was writing a book, I'm wanting to find someone who is going to be very supportive in my love for writing and also my love for AuthorTube, because these are two passions of mine that will never go away. And so whoever I will find to date will have to keep in mind that this is me, that this is who I am, and that I have to put the time and energy into these two things, not just that person. I did recently go out with this one guy who I had met through some friends of mine. Super nice guy. I would totally tell a girlfriend of mine if they wanted to date him that they should totally give it a go, because he was a really nice guy, very gentlemanlike, treated me very nicely. But I felt like he wasn't so intrigued with writing an author tube like how I would want someone to be intrigued by me doing writing an author tube. So apparently whenever I first hung out with this guy, it was a double date kind of fix-up thing with that my friends had done for me. So he already knew going into this date that I had a YouTube channel, and so I did not know that he knew about this until a couple dates later. But the main thing that bugged me about this was that he knew I had a channel and that I did this and talked about writing. He knew this for 2 dates that we had gone on, and he never brought it up. He could have said, what are your hobbies that you like to do? And I probably would have said this. I would have had to kind of feel at the moment if I would be wanting to tell him I had a channel or not. But yeah, I probably would have told him that I had a channel and that I liked to write books. So anyway, over our text conversation of where I found out that he knew I did YouTube, it was briefly talked about and then a change of subject was had. So I was just kind of like, okay, well, I wish we had kind of had touched on this a little bit more, but that's okay, that's fine. I still want to go out on another date with him. But I did have in my mind that I wanted him to ask me more about this channel, and I wanted him to ask me more about my writing and like what I wanted to write about and stuff. I wanted him to be asking me these questions. So we went out on our 3rd date and we went to a restaurant, and while we were eating and talking, he did bring up YouTube, and so I did get to talk about it. I talked about how I had gone on the Wonder Writers Retreat in August where I went to Minneapolis, and I talked about how I was going to go to Canada this year for the Wonder Writers Retreat again, and that I was going to be meeting up with all these people, and so it's a cool thing. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be like sounding all douchey to say, yeah, I'm so cool of a YouTuber. I'm not trying to be like that at all. I just know that this is a different experience for most people out there whenever they are discovering this about someone, and he just wasn't really sounding that intrigued by it. He just said, oh, that's really cool, and then we didn't really talk about it too much more. It was just kind of like he briefly said a few sentences about it, and then we were moving on to something else. And then I somehow had mentioned that I had self-published a book of mine and that it was something that I planned to republish later on in the future, and he never asked me what the book was called. He never asked me what the book was about. He didn't ask me what genre. He didn't ask me anything about my writing. And so I just was kind of disappointed. I want a guy that I am dating to be interested in the sort of stuff that I'm interested in. Not that they have to be a diehard reader or they have to write themselves. I don't care about that. I care about if they're interested in what I care about. So anyway, he was a really nice guy. I really think he truly is. He'd be a great boyfriend to have. I think he would. I just didn't see it there for me because I just have other needs as a writer and as a content creator. I just want to have it to where someone is going to be supportive of what I do, is going to be encouraging me to keep going and to keep pushing myself to write and get this book done. And I don't want to be dating someone where it's going to be something where I am going to be putting writing on the back burner. I don't want to be putting YouTube on the back burner either. I'm wanting these 2 hobbies that I'm wanting to turn into possible careers to stay in my life. And so me trying to date people and me also trying to write a book is really hard for me to try and do at the same time. I want to be a few more drafts into my book before I start to be like, okay, I'm ready to date now. I'm ready to put myself out there to find Mr. Right. Because Mr. Right is just not right now. I mean, that's just the truth. So the next relationship I do have, I want it to be a very supportive relationship for what I am interested in, for what my goals are for writing and YouTube. And I will, of course, be that way to whoever I do date. But I just want it to be vice versa. I just feel like at this moment, I am single and I am a-okay with it. I do plan to try maybe this year to be branching myself out there into the dating world, which is very, I hate it. I hate dating. But I'm just finding dating and writing a book to be a struggle at this moment. And so whenever I do get more deep into my drafts of my book, where I'm feeling more like I can handle a balance with my book and with maybe someone else in my life too, then I feel like then I will be ready for something to happen for me love-wise. Probably not love. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever happens, happens, I feel like. But I mean, I would like to find someone eventually, so I don't know. This video is gonna be so embarrassing to post and to like see y'all's comments, and oh, I don't know. We'll see if I post this. No, I'm gonna post it. So if you liked this video and you pity me for embarrassing myself, go ahead and give me a like, and also feel free to subscribe because I love having you here on my channel. I love you all so much. I may not get to comment on all of my comments all the time, and I really need to get better at that, but I do see every comment that you all leave me, and I love everyone so dearly for keeping up with just my writing story. I don't know, I just love being able to share this part of me with you guys, and so it's just been such a fun journey having this channel, and so I love having you here. And if you want, y'all should totally follow me on Instagram and Twitter, where you can find me at Brooke Passmore. That's where I am and stuff, so yeah. Thank you all so much for stopping by today, and I will see you next time. Bye!